attempt at passing the evaluation. The good news is that today is day 10, which means that any profits we make after this, as soon as we hit our target, we are done with the evaluation, because it's part of the rules that you have to, well, it's part of the objectives to trade for 10 days. And today is day 10. We're not in a drawdown, guys. We had 4 profitable days in a row that got us above 50K. So back to the original balance and $86 in profit, almost 97, 87, almost $87. But I'm still a little bit nervous. I don't know why. Okay, this past few days, even though I've been profitable, I've been pretty nervous. I guess it has to do with how we were doing before those 4 days. It was like 5 days. 5 days in a row that we really didn't have much profits. I mean, not at all profit above 50K, maybe once, not even $100, maybe $100, 140, not even 200, that we were up above 50K during those first 5 days. And they kind of did a number on me because they were hard. They were really hard to trade. Maybe the environment had something to do with it. I do notice that at the current moment, my zones are getting taps and rejections and reactions, whereas the zones that I was using on the first 5 days would not, how should I say this? There were deeper mitigations of the zones, and I kept getting cooked trying to use the zones. So I do see a difference in price action from the first 5 days to these days, but probably the biggest difference is me, right? I'm the one taking the positions. So I cannot blame the market, right? If anything, it's me. It's on me. So even though we're 4 days in a row in profit, I'm not feeling super confident. And that's actually, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, because the first topic of today is hubris. You know, what is hubris? Is the exaggerated pride or self-confidence. When I first started trading, I had really good days, and this, oh my God. Plus I was so excited because I was learning for the first time how to trade and all that. So when I had a really good day, my pride and self-confidence was definitely exaggerated. So I could be a person that it's, I don't want to say victim, it's prone. I'm a person that's prone to be hubris, but not too much, because I'm not in general a boastful person, right? Boastful is like you think you're the best. I mean, I really don't. I'm kind of happy in my own skin. You know, that might come off as I'm better than you, but not really. It's just, I'm just comfortable, just comfortable. And you might not be comfortable, or some other people might not be comfortable in their own skin. And so it might seem like I'm like, oh, I'm kind of better than you. It's just, no, it's just that I see the weakness in them, I guess, and makes me a little more confident, standing up to anyone. I'll stand up to anyone, really. I don't have idols or people that I like look up to. So it don't really matter who you are. I think you have fear in you because it's part of nature. It's part of life. to have fear keeps us alive. So I'll use that against you. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is I'm not in general a person that's prone to hubris. Like, let's say I've told you guys I play tennis, right? I play tennis and I beat someone. I'm like, I don't, how should I say it? I'm actually kind of upset that I beat him because it feels bad to lose. I know how it feels to lose. So I'm empathetic, compassionate, because I don't want to see anyone feeling bad, especially someone that I just played a match with and had fun with, and we were running. We're both trying to hit the ball better than the other or get the point on each round. So we're competing, right? We're trying to beat each other. But my goal really is to play tennis because I love it. That's it. Even if I go into a match knowing I'm gonna lose, I'm still gonna go, and I'm gonna be happy to go. Okay, because I just love playing. So if I beat someone, I feel kind of bad, but if I start beating like 5, 6 guys in a row, I'm gonna get used to that, and then I'm gonna be thinking I'm invincible, and then another guy's gonna come in and whoop my butt and send me back to humbleness. So the whole point of hubris when it comes to trading is that when you have 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, I think it's important not to get too cocky with it, to not think that you're already a profitable trader, that you made it. I think that's unwise to think that, because you can have streaks of, I don't want to say luck, I'll say good performance. You may have streaks of good performance, 5, 6 days. And of course, that means you're getting better as a trader. That means there's some with you, but does that mean you should take now a bigger position? Does it mean you should like build up an or fund an account with money that you weren't thinking that you should do it, but because you had those 5 good days, now you're thinking I should just put a lot of money into an account and then get 5 days like I did? See, the thing is the action, right? The action that comes after the hubris because of hubris. See what I'm saying? So to feel the emotion of hubris, to feel confident when you have 4, 5 good trading days in a row, to feel confident about it, it's a natural thing. It's you know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna make you feel good, and you're gonna be ready for bigger challenges. But if it leads to hubris, what can happen is we get boastful, we start bragging about our results, and we start to believe our own BS. And then, like I said, we make actions like that we are not ready for. For example, changing instruments, changing contract size, going for bigger moves. So I think the best way to deal with the overconfidence, which again, I'm not feeling right now. I really not after the 4 days, and especially because I'm not even in a big profit yet. I'm still break even. The really good news about being break even right now is that we already traded 10 days, including today. Of course, we haven't yet. I have to make one single trade today for the day to count as the 10th day. So no matter what, I will take a trade. Once we do that, then we have 10 days, we have one objective completed, and we're not in a drawdown. Okay, so my next order will be a 5-point lot, for example, a 5-point contract, which if loose will put me at 49, 60, 70. No, let's just say that. Okay, 49.70, 49,970. Sorry, 49,970, and being there is still pretty good considering that we are 10 days. We marked off the objective of 10 days. But we still got to follow the other rules. So it could take up to maybe 5 to 7 to 10 to 15 more days to pass this evaluation, to pass, or to blow the account. To blow up the account, it could take up to 15 days. Being on this evaluation for 2-3 months, you could do it. You could do it, but I don't think it's necessary. The goal is not that far, and the, you know, I did. Yeah, this is what I was going to mention. This is what I'm going to mention. So we are in a really, really good spot being at 50K with 10 days because we don't have a trailing drawdown. We don't have a trailing drawdown yet. I mean, we do have one in the evaluation. So if I make profits right now, let's say I make $500 today, right? Let's say I make 500 bucks. So my account is 50,500. If I go down again, now my drawdown is not 48,000. That's not the limit that I can hit before losing the account. Instead, my drawdown is now 48,500. So it's 500 above 48,000 because of the profit I made today, you know, supposedly, or you know, metaphorically. So no trailing drawdown right now, really good. That's what I mean, is that right now it is still 48,000 because we really haven't made any profits. And that's a really good thing for us. That still gives us plenty of room to have this evaluation going for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it takes. So having said that, let's look at the 30-second chart. Disclaimer: the content presented in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views and opinions expressed are solely those of the creator and should not be construed as financial advice. The creator does not sell any products or services, nor is affiliated with any of the trading platforms or tools mentioned. Trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. It is important to conduct your own research or consult with a professional before making any investment decisions. The creator assumes no responsibility for any losses or damages arising from the use of this content. So we dropped again. I actually have not seen the chart since yesterday when I stopped trading. I had so many other things to do. So we're definitely going to be doing some charting today before we get going. But I'm trying to think, where should I start? Whether the 30-minute or the 5-minute. Because I think the 30-minute we might not need to because of this huge drop. But let's just do it anyways. We'll do a quick one. We got these lows put in. That was this high that brought it all the way up there. The imbalance is right in the middle, 50%. So we might expect a deeper mitigation if price does trade up. We got the range, the bottom of the range. Actually, let's bring this over here. Okay, that's pretty good. We got an idea now. Well, we're reaching that bottom again of that very far end. When's the last time that price traded over there? 50% will be here, so we could leave from here. Right, actually right where the range is, because we have this, actually you have this high, or maybe even this one, which is a wick. Is it? Oh, never mind. No, so we have, we'll take this one. We have this high and this low. 50% of that would be here. Oh, here. Right there. So maybe we could leave from there. We gotta watch out for those areas there. Then we have the high all the way over here. Big range all the way down here. Wow. It's gonna be a big range maybe. But that's far away. We'll check it out later. We'll stay within this range right now. We'll see what happens until then. Let's go to the 10-minute quickly again. What was interesting about yesterday, you know, we made the most profit we made in a while, like in one day. I mean, that was a banger. It was a banger yesterday. If you watch any of my live streams, if you just watch one of them, watch yesterday's, okay? What is it? April 15, tax day, which is one of our topics too, by the way. Not taxes per se, but fees, parking, tickets. You know, parking tickets, the thing about them is they're not criminal offense. Sometimes they could be, but most of the times they're not criminal offenses. So you made a mistake, maybe you didn't care, but whatever the reason is, you parked somewhere you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, because you might get a ticket if you do. It's someone else's parking lot. Maybe it's private property, maybe it's public property. Actually, it can only be public property, because really you can't enforce tickets for parking in private property. Now I'm talking about the US, of course. I mean, it could be different by jurisdiction or whatever, but private companies or just private places, they cannot issue a ticket for parking in their private area. What they can do is they can trespass you, which means if you have a car, which means it would get towed, or the police would be called to escort you and your vehicle out. Whatever the case may be, you're not getting a ticket because you're not in public property. No one can issue a ticket for parking somewhere. Does that make sense? So a tow truck is more likely to happen. Now, there are times in public property where you also get towed, but that's like a tricky line. I would argue sometimes those little areas are private, and that's why you can't park in that specific little area of the street, and in another specific area of the street you can. It gets murky. Then you have public parking tickets. Those are the ones I'm referring to, okay? I'm referring to public parking tickets where you are in the streets. You can park there, but maybe you have to pay, or maybe it's a loading zone, maybe it's a handicap area, whatever the case may be. It is public, so that means you can park, but if you don't follow the guidelines, or maybe you cannot even park there, it's a public easement or whatever. In any case, whether it's your mistake or you decided to park there because you didn't want to park anywhere else and you didn't want to wait, or you didn't want to walk far, whatever the case may be, you are not really breaking the law. You see what I mean? It can be even considered maybe a civil citation from the police department or whatever, the administration that handles tickets, which usually is the police department and the DA's office and all that. It could be a civil matter between you and the state, basically. So I don't know why I don't know why I'm like going too deep into what a parking ticket is or whatever. But what I'm trying to say about the whole thing is that it's not a criminal offense. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you can't go to jail. Now, there could be consequences for not paying public parking tickets. For example, you could get your car impounded if you have some amount of unpaid tickets and somebody sees your car, like a public officer, right, an officer of the law who is, certified or whatever to enforce traffic violations and that kind of thing. If they see your car parked somewhere and you have a lot of tickets, they can call the tow truck and impound it so that you'll get it back once you resolve the ticket issue, whether it's you pay there or you make a promise to pay, whatever it is. You can get your car impounded for not paying parking tickets. Another thing that can happen, I think it's a bit more extreme, and it's a murky area again, is it can cause problems with your car registration or like getting a license, basically, and car registration. So murky area, because again, this is not a criminal offense. So it's interesting how it shouldn't affect. There's a certain type of parking tickets that do not affect your state driving record. And if it doesn't affect your state driving record, that means that the registration or the DMV cannot hold it against you because it's not in their system. That is very remains to be seen, I guess. Again, it's murky water because what are we talking about the whole thing? What is a parking ticket? It's money. Okay, it's money. Public institutions as well as private individuals need money. Okay, this is capitalism 101. You got private and public institutions trying to fund themselves. You have individuals like me and you who are trying to just make money to support themselves and to live life, basically. We all need it. So they need money. So a lot of times you get lured into a parking ticket. Now, there are signs, there should be signs. I've never gotten a parking ticket without a sign that said that I shouldn't park there. There should be a sign telling you not to park there. But sometimes they're not in the best area that you can see it. I mean, you can miss it. You can miss it. It's not that it's not there. It's just that it may be strategically placed, or even just something off to it a little bit that makes some people miss it. And they know these numbers. Okay, they know these numbers. You don't think they know these numbers? They have, they're paying all these people their salary. People who work in public works or public, the people in charge of placing the marks of whether, where's the traffic and all that. They're paying them a bunch of money to work for them. You don't think they want their money back for all that investment into an employee? Heck yeah, they want it back. Now, how are they going to get it back? Well, parking tickets. They're gonna tell them, hey, figure out a way that we can make a little bit more from parking tickets. All right. So what happens when you get a parking ticket, right? Like, you get upset. No matter what. I don't think anybody ever goes, oh, I just got a parking ticket. Okay, that's good that I got one, because I shouldn't have parked there, and I'm gonna pay it right now. I think for the most part, people get really upset, okay, and defensive. I know I do. I get defensive and I get upset, okay, and that's it. That's the topic of today. That feeling when you get a parking ticket. Now, the reason I mentioned all of the, legal mumbo jumbo of what is a parking ticket or whatever, is because all of that I mentioned, you start to look it up. You start to see, okay, what if I don't pay this? What happens? And then you type it in, and you get the answer. Oh, well, it's not a state law, but it could damage your blah blah blah. So you start to think all of these things that I'm telling you. Now, how do I know everything that I just told you? Because I just got a parking ticket. You see, if I didn't have a parking ticket, I wouldn't be discussing this with you in such length and depth. So, getting a parking ticket makes you get into the whole parking ticket world. And the problem with that is a distraction from this world. That's the thing. And another reason why I wanted to mention the parking ticket as a point of discussion is because I have always fought parking tickets, and very rarely do I have to pay the ticket or the full amount. So I fight them, right? I go to the municipal court or whatever, and I say, no, I did not park here, blah blah blah. They'll try to make you afraid to discontinue this attempt at not paying your parking ticket. They'll say something like, for example, they'll be like, okay, well, if you contest this ticket, we'll set a date. We'll set a date for the trial. The police officer has to show up. But because he has to show up and they have to get all these people, along with the ticket, you might get you might have to pay court costs. If it goes, I don't know, I'm not sure about this, but if it goes against you, if you're found like liable for the ticket, then you pay court fees. But let me tell you something, guys, that those fees are not that bad, and they have to be determined by the judge. Basically, the judge determines what happens, really, what your punishment is, or if any. Now, again, this might not be a criminal matter, because it's a parking ticket. It's not a criminal infraction, okay? It's a civil ordinance, I guess. A little interesting over here, what's going on in the charts. It's moving pretty nicely. So they'll try to scare you, and if you hold on to your guns and you say, no, yeah, well, whatever, yeah, sure, when's my court date, blah blah blah, then they'll be like, okay, well, you owe $100 on this ticket. We'll take 80 today. Do you have $80 right now on you? Because we'll take them. And then, you have the option to say, yeah, sure, or no, let's just do the whole trial. I'll get my lawyer and we'll go on through this. And then sometimes I'll get them dismissed. Now, you might be thinking, oh, is this guy just wrapping up parking tickets? No. Okay, no, I've gotten a few over my lifespan. I'm pretty old, so not super old, but I'm older now. I'm an older guy now. I could be considered an older. I'm past that point of life when you're like you're no longer a young man. Unless you're really old, then you consider me a young man. But for the mass majority, especially of YouTubers, YouTube watching audience, I'm pretty old. So I have been out there and have gotten all kinds of, not just parking tickets, but like I also mentioned like tax, right? Tax, like you have to pay your taxes. That's it. That's it. We can cry about it. We can investigate many ways and get ourselves wrapped up on how to pay less taxes, which, you know, legally it's okay. You can do that. It's your right. Or we can just pay someone. Either way, whatever it is that you have to do, you have to pay taxes. So the tickets, what I've been thinking about the whole, you know, to wrap up this topic, because it's pretty lame. To wrap up this topic is, if you get a ticket, no, next time I get a ticket, actually the one I just got, you know, maybe there, you know, because I used to think, okay, here's what I used to think. I used to think if you pay a parking ticket, you don't know anything, right? I used to like put down people who would pay the ticket because I'm like, it's so easy. You just do this, do that, you go, you talk to the guys, and then you either get a really good discount, sometimes 50%, that's how much I would, you know, aim for getting, or get it dismissed altogether because the police are not gonna waste their time. They're just gonna be like, oh, let's just let this guy go, because most people just pay their tickets. So, but I would always say, you know, it's like if everybody fought the tickets, then there wouldn't be so loose enforcement of them, because sometimes, you know, sometimes they're just like ridiculous. Like let's say they give you a parking ticket for parking somewhere you're not supposed to park, but there's a whole area that you can park and it's super open. And the reason why you park there is because you just picked one out of 100 open spaces, and it just so happened to be a loading zone, for example. So can the guy just give you a warning like, hey, you parked in the wrong area, please next time pay attention to where you park? That sounds civil. That sounds like a public betterment. You know, that sounds like the the the, the officer that did that is trying to better their community and not cause financial burden unnecessarily to his citizens. But no, you know, the problem is not, the problem is that the courts need the money. You know, the police need the money. Everybody needs the money. And that's what I used to think. But now, as I'm older, wiser, I see the value in those people who say, I'm not gonna bother with it, I'm just gonna pay it. Even if you say, look, you didn't even park, in the wrong area. I mean, he says you were 10 feet from the thing, but you're only, you know, you're like 10 feet away from it. I mean, like for example, like let's say the limit is 10 feet, and he says you were at 9, but look, you were at 10 feet away. So you can fight this, right? And they say, no, you know, like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm just gonna pay, you know, $100, whatever. I'll just pay, and then I'm done. Now I see the value on that. You know, I had to get older and lamer and slower and lazier to figure out that, you know what, let's just pay the ticket and forget about it so I can focus on trading. See, now I have a reason why. Back then I didn't have a reason because I didn't have a passion. Like, I mean, I'm a passionate guy. You know, I got things that I like to do, but passion for life, like I have for trading, That's a new thing for me, right? In the last years. So now it makes sense. Now that advice to let go of the ticket makes sense, because I have something I need to do and worry about. I don't have time to worry about a parking ticket. I don't have time to worry too much about paying taxes. So I'm just gonna pay someone to do it. And just whatever he tells me I need to pay, I just pay it. I go to eat, and I'm not gonna, if I see an extra Coke on my bill that I didn't drink, if I see it and the waiter's right there, I'll be like, hey dude, you put a Coke here. All right, cool, take care of it, thanks. But let's say I walk out of the restaurant and then I see the ticket, I see a Coke, that's it, it's gone. I'm not gonna go back to the restaurant and try to get my Coke money, Diet Coke, not, not the, anyways. You see what I mean? Because I got trading to think about. I got trading. So that's the lesson. When you get a parking ticket, if you are an activist of sorts, I knew it, man. Look at that. I knew it. I knew it. Wow. We all knew it. You guys were watching too. You guys were watching. You guys knew it too. Hopefully you took an order on that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That was it. But now we have this range all the way up here. Oh man, that was nice. That was nice to see that. All right, so we got something going right now. We're not gonna do anything until we get confirmations of something. Yeah, man. So next time, just pay it. Unless you're an activist and you wanna get your money back, you can. I'm telling you, if you go deep in the weeds of whatever financial thing you have going on, that you owe money to someone or something, there is a way around it. There is a way around it. Now, you're gonna still have to pay, and sometimes what you pay is not the obvious thing. Okay, so the parking ticket might lose you more time and even more money to take care of, because you have to spend gas on going to the place. Maybe it's closed, you didn't realize it was a holiday, it's closed, you have to go back home, that's the gas back home. Then you have to go again, so that's the gas back there, and then the gas back. Also, sometimes these municipal places have parking ironically, they have parking fees. Now you gotta pay parking to go pay your parking ticket, or to not have to pay your parking ticket. Whereas to pay, oh, they make that easy. Oh, they make that easy. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just go online with a barcode. You don't even just open your camera. That's it. That's all you gotta do is open your camera. Barcode, tap, credit card, boom. You're good. You're good with society again. You can breathe. All right, we'll let you breathe. Here's your receipt. Here's your receipt so you can breathe. And then what? Your account goes down. So what? It's gonna go down no matter what. And it's gonna go up. Okay? This is life, okay? Let me show you life right here. Let me show you guys life. Let's see. All right, this is life. Like this. And you see how it's going down? Yeah, because it's gonna go down. It's gonna go, it's gonna break this low. Okay? It's gonna be over one day. One day your life is gonna be, yeah, all nice, dandy. And then it's gonna break some lows. I think I'm here actually. In my life, I'm here. Like, I've been climbing and getting better and better throughout my 20s, my 30s. My 30s were rocky. Now, actually, my 30s, this is like turning 40 right here. And this is definitely 41 where I am. But yeah, this is life. This is life. And then, like I said, an imminent crash and burn, as they say. And that's okay, because this is everyone's life. Every single individual, you know. Now, some people have different graphs. in their life. Some people, their graphs look like this. Okay, but then there's a crash. There's always a crash at the end, but spoiler alert. So who cares? Who cares? Who cares if your account is zero? Why? Like, why do we care so much? Pay your bills, pay your rent. That's it. It's not hard. Just pay your parking ticket, because everybody has to pay their parking ticket. That's why. That's why you pay it, because everybody has to. That's it. You make peace with that, with the fact that the reason you pay for shit is because everybody else does as well. That's the only reason you pay for shit, because everybody else does as well. If you were the only one, then yes, you can get upset. You can get really upset if you want. But as long as your compadre has to do it as well, or has done it, or will do it one day, then you're good to go. You're part of the world. You're part of humanity. That's the thing, is parking ticket issuers have to pay parking tickets themselves. Think about that. Or at some point in their life they did. I would be very surprised to find an individual who's never gotten a parking ticket, or that doesn't pay taxes, or both. In America, of course, there's all kinds of people out there, but you know, that's true in every country. You gotta pay your taxes some way or another. You're gonna pay. May not be today, may not be a big amount, but you will pay. Yeah, that sums up that topic, the parking ticket topic. For the second topic, what do we got? Yeah, this could be a downer. Hold on one second, guys. This could be a downer. One, two, three. Maybe it's too early. Maybe four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many flips? 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh man, it barely didn't take it. I should have closed it. Oh, there it is. All right, we got that one. That's 10 points. That was a pretty good trade. Pretty good trade, if I may say so, okay? We noticed the rejections from the 1-minute chart. We noticed the wicks. We have this point on the high to the left that is usually a point of interest for us. We have counted the ups, which are 3, 4, maybe 5 on the 1 minute, and it's interesting because there's definitely more hidden ones, but for sure we can say there's at least 1, 2. I like this one a lot, that give us a resemblance of price, you know, going up with substantial resistance. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least 4. We might not be done going up. We might get a rejection again now from this area instead of all the way down here, like we did here, or maybe 50% of the imbalance. Well, we'll see. We'll have to see. The fact that it didn't break the high, then anything can happen. We can range bigger. You know that, again, look at my order, how it ended up being, could have been way more profitable. I thought 10 points was pretty good to risk. I'm glad I didn't get out earlier, which I was thinking of doing, but woo! All right. Feeling good, guys. And then the last topic. Oh no, did we cover the first topic? Let's see. The hubris. Oh yeah, we were talking about, you know, being overconfident. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have that problem as long as I keep it in check. I think my problem is gonna be when I start making money. That's when, you know, right now it's hard for me to really get excited about good days because it's all demo counts. And in the live trading, I have not been profitable yet. But once I start making money, we'll have to really come back and talk about hubris again, about not getting overconfident and making actions that can hinder our performance. For example, increasing contract size, increasing instrument, maybe going on multiple instruments, things that we're not ready for. Okay, so that's the thing, is we're gonna try to not do things out of overconfidence. Okay, took another order, 10 points. Oh wow, 170. I thought I had done less. That looked a lot smaller than it really was. Price is moving really nice today, really nice. Wow, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Oh, whew, feel good. Feel good about that. Yeah, I think we might officially have upgraded our trailing drawdown finally. Maybe, I don't know. I have to see tomorrow what the outcome of today's does to our account, our trade day account. I know, as sad as it sounds, guys, I'm gonna have to call it a day. I think it's a great day. I'm gonna take it. What was the last? The last topic was lifespan. Okay, we can leave that topic for next time, I guess. So we'll talk about lifespan. It's basically, you know, what we're was gonna discuss is, you know, how long are we gonna live in this earth? And then make a trading career path. You know, we gotta be realistic. We don't have 2,000 years in this world. We only have 40 at most. That's it. At most. Maybe 50. I mean, could happen, but that's like the extreme positive outcome, or I don't know if it's positive, but one possible outcome, which is very improbable. Unprobable. But the more probable is we have a lot less time. So we're gonna make a trading career path. We're gonna figure out what our lifespan is gonna be and make a trading journey path. And we'll do that next time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, I'm doing well. $300 and 70. I'm gonna take them because it's good enough. It's good enough. I'm going for this evaluation. I'm feeling confident. Not hubris yet, but definitely more confident after today. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.